fight. Great fight.
Yeah?
Congratulations, Quote, man. You the greatest, man.
Expect her to get the knockout?
Hell yeah, man. You look great, man.
How about the atmosphere here? Was it off the charts?
Bro, hella celebrities. The atmosphere, man. The crowd was doing sing-alongs.
Crazy. Crazy. That's you next, right? We got to get you to the spot.
Yes, sir. God willing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what's up.
Wait, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I didn't see nothing interesting coming from that video. I thought it was completely a shame that not a single person was allowed an interview with Keyshawn Davis. I thought it was a shameful thing that Keyshawn Davis told the interviewers that I'm cool right now. I don't want to do no interviews, no questions at all. Keyshawn Davis was walked up upon during that Clarissa Shields and K. Scott event that took place in Atlanta, Georgia this past Saturday. And the man turned down interviews left and right. But there was one that was circulating the boxing world. I watched it, and from a first glance, I didn't think much of it. The first thing that I thought was, wow, like these fools ain't even asking Keyshawn Davis anything. But they're not allowed to. Keyshawn Davis ain't allowing them to right now, right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you re-watch that video, you look at the eyes. The eyes don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. You look at the eyes of Keyshawn Davis. There's some rumors circulating the boxing world right now, ladies and gentlemen, that Keyshawn Davis is back on that weed. Ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Davis, the man that absolutely ducked Devin Debo Haney. Ducked him. Ducked the biggest opportunity in his career, the biggest payout, $3 million plus another $1 million on top. Keyshawn Davis, the man who was used as a pawn, agreed to Jay Prince's and Shakur Stevenson's plan to be used, flat out used. Like a hoe you use on the corner, ladies and gentlemen, when you out here pimping. Keyshawn Davis ducked that fight. He ducked Brian Norman Jr., ladies and gentlemen, Brian Norman Jr. coming out and saying that that fight's not going to take place, even though he was ready to sign the dotted line. Keyshawn Davis, the man that lost his title, his WBO lightweight title, on the scales. A man who lost them on the scales, never defended. A man that got booty tickled, that his brother got beat up. That his brother got beat up in that same event where he lost his title on the scales. An event that he was supposed to headline, lost the respect from a lot of his own people from his own town. Got mad that his brother got beat up, so felt like he had to go handle business in the locker room. Ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Davis, the man who failed a drug test. Back in the days, ladies and gentlemen, for that weed. Now, listen up, bro. I ain't judging you if you smoke weed. I don't give a how. Shit, I done smoke weed myself. I don't give a how if you smoke weed. As long as you're doing things correctly, as long as you're taking care of your family, you're taking care of your kids, you just ain't a deadbeat dad smoking weed who don't give a hell about your kids, don't give a hell about work, just being lazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Davis, the man who missed weight 2 times for being lazy, saying that he just don't like to cut weight, ladies and gentlemen. I do not care whether or not you smoke weed. But Keyshawn Davis, on the other hand, the man who has absolutely showed us that something is wrong with them up here. Something is wrong with the man up here. He calls himself the businessman. He should be calling himself the going out of businessman. Keyshawn Davis looks high as hell What is at this Clarissa Shields and K. Scott fight? And I just think to myself, man, what's going down with Keyshawn Davis, bruh? How you finna do all this that you're doing? You turned down an opportunity that was not only gonna change your life, your kids' life that you rave about so much, and your kids' lives, but yet you didn't care about that. You cared. You tried to get more money and turned down a lump sum of money that ain't nobody out there in the world was gonna offer you unless you wanna go where people are getting overpaid, where fighters are being overpaid. The whole boxing world criticized Turki Al-Sheikh, and now they're criticizing Zuffa Boxing. Yet those same fans that was criticizing them are now like, hey, Keyshawn, you're worth more than what they're giving you. Even though you ain't never had no justification, even though you ain't never got paid that type of money. All of a sudden, everybody has flipped the switch for their favorite fighter. In Keyshawn Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, it ain't a good look, bruh. I'll tell you that. It ain't a good look. When you out here looking high as hell and you're making the moves that you're making in the sport of boxing. Hey, it ain't a good look. Same thing for the homies over here. It ain't a good look where you don't got a job and you don't got nothing going down for you, but you're just smoking weed all day. Ain't making no feria. It ain't a good look, bruh. You could do what you want to do. I ain't judging you, dog. Right? I don't give a hell, bruh. But when you're making moves like Keyshawn Davis, ladies and gentlemen, I think to myself like, maybe I'm understanding a little bit. Maybe there's something wrong with this fool up here. And that weed, it ain't happening, ladies. It ain't helping, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't helping. Keyshawn Davis is back on that weed as the man is dealing with huge embarrassment and huge anxiety. At the end of the day, we got a fight announcement coming this week for the man. Let's see who that fight's going to be against. All eyes are on Keyshawn Davis. Whoever they pick for him as an opponent is going to be very, very important that he's a respectable opponent. It's going to be very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. And if not, hey, people got a right to criticize you. People have a goddamn right to criticize you. And whether or not you want to call it hating, it's nothing but facts, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I think Keyshawn Davis looks blown as hell. Let's see where this man decides to take his career and how things end up playing out. Because the way they're going right now, he's looking like a junkie. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out.